Hello everyone, it is Thursday the 20th of May 2021 and it is time for maths. Okay, so today we are going to be looking at 2D shape and identification of 3D shapes as a starter. And here's the vocabulary we've been looking at all week. So yesterday, as I've just mentioned, we looked at the 2D shapes we might see on 3D shapes. So have a little look. There are 3D shapes there. I'd like you to identify what 2D shapes we can see on those three. Okay, well done. I'm sure that you worked out that there are 2 circles and 1 rectangle on a cylinder, 1 square and 4 triangles on a square-based pyramid, and 6 rectangles on a cuboid. So well done if you managed to get that done. So today we are going to investigate 3D shapes in a real world context. Now what do I mean by real world context? It's a bit of a clue there at the bottom if you're not sure. Real world context just means things that you would see in the ordinary world, because we would not just come across 3D shapes that look like that in the real world, would we? We would come across 3D shapes that look a little bit like this. So that is a real world context. But before we even get to a real world context, I've got a bit of a starter test for you. Even if you don't normally do bronze, I think this is really good to get your brain working. Can you please identify the names of all of the 3D shapes on this sheet? So there are 8 there. I'd like you to name for me, please, the 8 3D shapes. Pause the video, have a go, see how you do. Okay, welcome back. Well done if you said that this was a triangular based pyramid, a triangular prism, a cone, a cuboid, a square based pyramid, a cube, a cylinder and a sphere. Well done if you got that far. At this point now, if you would normally complete silver as your next challenge in class, have a look at this. I would like you to please number and identify these 3D shapes. That's your silver challenge, okay? Right then, so have a look at this 3D shape that's in a real world context. I'm sure you recognise it. This is a die. I know lots of people call it a dice, but if there's just one on its own, it is called a die. And on this die, we can see faces, edges, vertices and 2D shapes. Now what can we see? Well, we know that there are 6 faces and we know that those faces are all squares. We know that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 edges. That's where 2 faces meet, for example, like here. Vertices are the corners and there are 8 of those, okay? So they are the properties we can use to describe this 3D shape, which is a die. If I then turned the die on its side, would it alter the properties of the 3D shape? Do the faces, the amount of faces change? Do the edges, the 2D shapes or the vertices? They don't, do they? No, you're absolutely right. Well done. They do not change just because the shape is being looked at a little bit differently. And this is your challenge 2, your gold challenge. Can you identify the properties, that means the faces, the edges and the vertices, and the names of these rotated 3D shapes? So I've got 8 pictures here of 8 3D shapes in a real world context, but I've not just stuck them on the page, I have turned them. So they might be a quarter turn, a half turn, a 3/4 turn. What I'd like you to do is identify the properties and the name of these shapes, please. That's your challenge 2. If you want to pause the video and go away and do it now, that's absolutely fine. Okay, if you move on to challenge 3, which is our platinum challenge today, this is slightly trickier. There's 6 pictures here and they are pictures of real world 3D objects, but the 3D objects are just a snippet. You haven't got the whole thing, and I'd like you to tell me what they could be and why. Now notice I've used the word could there. That means that probably you could give me more than one answer, but the important thing here is you justify why you've said that. So for example, if you think that number 1 is a cube, you need to say why you think it's a cube, and you need to use your mathematical language of all relating to properties. If you whiz through that, which I'm sure some of you will, your little diamond challenge is, can you explain to me why some of your answers could be right and some of your answers could be wrong? So why might some of your answers be right and some of them be wrong with our platinum challenge here? Can you explain it to me? Okay, lovelies, that's your maths video for today. I hope you get on all right with it. I will look forward to seeing your work later. Bye bye.